Ladies and gentlemen, from Diatla, we'll just get you to make your way along to the front of the guided area there. That'd be great. Fill up the gaps right down the back. We'll get a view from every spot. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Everyone move towards the front and down the side. First of all, I'd like to welcome you all to the 2025 launch of Matt Stone Racing for the supercar season ahead. It feels only like we were here 12 months ago, and then great to see so many familiar faces and brands back here. Special mention to Tony, Cliff and Kevin from Bendix, Stephen Chris from Superglass, James, Tony and Judy come all the way from Perth again from MGM, and Rod from Dormer HVAC. It's great to have you guys here and for this special rollout of your colours for this year. Without any further ado, let's talk to the man who pays the bills and gets the money in the door and keeps his show operating. It's rolling into its 8th season. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Matt Stone. And it does, it only feels like 12 months ago that we're here, and we faced all that stuff through the year in your 7th season, you head into your 8th season. Again, you continue to do a remarkable job. The thing that stands out straight away when I'm here is the amount of brands that are here that were here last year. So you're either very good at long-term contracts or you're very good at keeping people happy and making them feel part of the show and delivering.
Yeah, thanks, Crush. Yeah, look, we obviously try and grow the community that is around us at Matt Stone Racing. It takes a lot to go racing, and every year we grow our performance and grow our partnerships and our group and the family that we are. And every year we try and deliver one better, and this year will be no exception.
Now the cars, we've sort of seen snapshots of them. We're about to see the whole lot of them here very shortly. Just give us an idea on the time you leave Adelaide and the time you shut the door on the back of the truck that afternoon, the Monday or the Tuesday as it may be, with your awards night, and coming back here to this day to another 2 weeks when we get underway racing. What's that period like?
Yeah, it seems like a long time ago that we were in Adelaide, and in reality it was over 3 months ago. But it's a short time when you get to the workload. We obviously had a bit of unexpected workload coming out of Adelaide, thanks to Cameron Hill, shout out. But no, look, we got through it. We had a couple of a new car to build. Obviously, building up the wild car for our first wildcard campaign since 2017. So really excited by that. So the whole team here at MSR has put in a massive amount of work. We did manage to stop for Christmas and have a good, well-deserved break for everyone to see their families before we go racing again. And yeah, obviously build up all the cars and all the new equipment and everything so that we can put on a good show next week in Sydney.
Now there's plenty of changes we've seen in recent weeks about change of manufacturers for next year. Obviously Triple Eight going to Ford and all those little different changes and how that's going to happen. How easy is it to concentrate? Obviously there's no changes this year. Those guys are going to be working on little different things for next year. But how is it difficult to remain focused, or are you still trying to look for whatever that next deal is?
Look, for us, we just focus on the art of going racing. The GM thing, or the Triple Eight thing, was obviously a big story for everyone. But we're very committed to GM. We've loved the partnership with them over the last X amount of years, and I love driving a Silverado every day. So we're definitely committed to GM in the future. That they'll undoubtedly fill us all in on when it's available. But yeah, we don't get too caught up in that. We'll focus on what we're doing, going racing. Let them get distracted by their manufacturer shift, and let us just do what we do and go out there and try and beat them.
Yeah, great stuff. We talked last year about family and this is a family business and trying to develop a family mentality. And every time you go to a racetrack and you're at the back of the garage and you see the way that people are communicating with each other and the team you've got here, and there's not necessarily, a lot of teams have high staff turnover. You don't seem to have that. You've developed that whole family structure here.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, the last few years post the pandemic, we've built a fantastic crew of both team and supporters. This year we almost had zero turnover, but one of our guys unfortunately decided to go back to building surfboards instead of race cars. But we got 4 new additions to the team on top of that, so we are growing the team and our work base and our commitment to growing the performance. A few of the new guys and new roles we've got within the team. We're really excited for what we can deliver on track with that added resource.
Mate, you're doing a remarkable job, and I think everyone here, your sponsor group has grown solid. They're obviously back. They're enjoying the relationship you guys have got here. Congratulations on what you've achieved, and let's get a bit of a look at these rigs. Thanks very much. Put your hands together for Matt Stone. Thanks, mate. Okay, so let's have a look at these rigs and what we're going to be cheering for this year. First of all, I'd like to introduce Cameron Crick in the Dormer HVAC Chevy. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Cameron Crick and his former HVAC racing team. Mate, you look hot. You've only been sitting in it for half an hour while we got our shit together out here.
I was nervous. I didn't want to stall it coming out of the bloody back shed there, but we got it out here, so looking good.
I was just happy you didn't go through the gate at the end. That's all. You had a couple of girls leading the way there, which was fantastic. Mate, last year, top 10 with Cam at Sandown and Bathurst. That was a terrific result. And you really was a bit of icing in regards to what you did through the year. You must have been very, very happy with those results.
Yeah, obviously it was a massive year last year, stepping up to be a co-driver with Cam. Obviously he's a good mate of mine, and looking to do this program last year obviously, but obviously the timing got a bit of a challenge, and they ended up throwing me in to do the co-drive, and yeah, we did really good. We worked really well together, and obviously I've been spending a lot of time up here with the crew, and that made me feel really comfortable. Obviously made a few mistakes last year, but in the races I felt quite confident, just obviously this program this year is probably the next step for me to build more miles in these cars. I think the wild card we get to do, or for me I get to do a lot more laps than say I would as a co-driver. So good year last year, but hoping to go even better again with more experience in these cars.
Quite an achievement. I mean, you've got a reputation for being a really solid, hard-working dude in this game. You work very hard with your sponsorship, putting your group together, and to have a car as a wildcard entry, which is the first time ever at round one of a supercar event, is quite amazing. Credit to you and the way you work with this team, mate. So congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Obviously chatting to Matt last year about it, and I think he would have probably rather do QR or Darwin or something to give him a little bit more time, and I said, no, I have to do Sydney. So they've been all working around the clock to get it ready, but everything, they've been pulling it together really well. And Sydney for me, I know the track so well. I do a lot of driver training there. I feel like I can go to that track and just purely concentrate on learning the car more and more, not figuring out where the track goes. I guess I know where it goes quite well, I guess. So I've got that track knowledge, but obviously going in and just trying to learn as much as I can more so about the Gen 3 cars. I'm really excited about it.
Now, obviously everything's a journey, but in regards to what else you may have planned this year before the Enduros, you're hoping to get another couple of wildcard starts or What's your plans?
Yeah, so we're talking about potentially doing another sprint wildcard. Obviously, a few things to work through there, but it's been already a conversation. Yeah, looking to do a bit of GD4 racing with a sponsor of mine. He's here tonight, Dean. We're going to be doing it in a Mustang, so a few more laps there with him. Toyota have spoken about me doing an invited drive in the 86s, and I'll do the Bathurst 6 hour and as much racing as I can in between. And obviously, do the test days and the ride days with MSR. I'll jump in as often as I can. But yeah, so hopefully a jam-packed schedule outside of this, just to keep racing as much as I can, just so I feel that little bit more fresh come the Enduros time.
It's an old saying, but it doesn't matter really what you're driving as long as your backside's in a race seat, right?
Yeah, 100%. Especially the last couple of years. As much as I'd probably like to drive supercars more, I've still been doing a lot of driving across the Utes and production cars, and did the Porsche stuff there for a while. So I feel like I've definitely doing a lot of driving. But yeah, excited about this. Obviously, I get to do more laps on my own in my own car, and get to qualify and drive on new tyres and do that sort of stuff more. Obviously, as a co-driver, you sort of get the the best of the bad batch sort of tyres, and you're focused on doing a job in the race. So I'm excited to qualify the car and drive on low fuel and new tyres and learn how all that stuff works as well. But yeah, going to be a big year.
Mate, congratulations. Your sponsor should be very proud of the relationship you've got, how this car looks, what you've managed to put together already this year is very, very impressive. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Cameron Crick. Wish him all the best for 2025. Okay, let's have a look at the other Cameron as part of this group. Ladies and gentlemen, Cameron Hill in the Superclass Racing Chevy Camaro. I don't think he was too worried about stalling it, Cam. Probably more worried about the back of your car than about anything else. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Cameron Hill and a smart looking rig. The cover's come off this a couple of weeks ago, but like in the flash it looks bloody good, mate.
It looks fantastic, the boys. Obviously we built a new chassis for this year. I think we're up to MSR 06, so it's got that new car smell, which I think we all know is a very, very good thing. So yeah, looking forward to taking it to Sydney next week.
Made 12th in the championship last year. That's no slouch. You've done a very solid job. You see that as a foundation for some bigger and better things this year?
I like to think so. It was definitely a big step up for us in our second year on our side of the garage. Like I know that I was probably doing a lot better from the driver's perspective. But as a team, we just sort of kept refining things, and I think we were taking less big swings on the car setup and just sort of being able to fine tune it. And yeah, definitely in the second half of the year, our race pace was super strong. So all we need to do is fix the quality, and then yeah, who knows what's possible.
And how do you do that? You sit down, you're looking more at data, you're going back to some of those tracks that you've been at several times before, you now got a couple of years here, under that you've got the data, the guys you're working with. It's all those little things that come together to be able to give you that key to turn.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all the 1%ers. So it's my preparation. How can I do that a little bit better? Is there anything that the boys can do just to make their life a little bit easier when it comes to qualifying? So if we can just make really small improvements across the board, I'm pretty confident that we'll get the outcomes we want.
Now we talked to Matt about what the team does between Adelaide and here and having these things ready. In regards to yourself, what's been your transition over the last 8 weeks, 10 weeks to get yourself to this point?
Well, I had to recover from a good Christmas. There was lots of dessert and whatnot. So just been training lots on the bike and getting out, trying to do a bit of heat acclimation. So being up here doesn't hurt. It's pretty hot. So Forgy said I looked skinny when I walked in the door. So things are looking good for 2025. But yeah, it's just about coming into the first round, feeling prepared, in a good headspace, and ready to take on a new year.
Now we've unveiled the car, how about we unveil the new haircut, mate? Give us a look at the haircut. Have a look at that. Let me tell you, if I've ever seen anyone prepare sponsorship space, that's it. And if you want to buy some, talk to me. I've just done a deal with him. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Cameron Hill. Wish him all the best, 2025. Okay, let's have a look at the final piece of the puzzle. The most experienced guy here, just done a terrific job. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Percat in the Bendix Racing Chevy. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you make an entrance, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for Nick Percat. That was a fair entrance, mate. No concerns about stalling it then?
Well, Matt put this bloody big container in the way and I was worried about taking the wing off it, so yeah, had a little bit of understeer off the ramp, but we're good.
So far, so good. I know there's a few people here, certainly from Bendix, will agree about that car. I thought it last year was one of the most impressive liveries. And I think that there with the trim of the new look, it just looks fantastic.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's I think it's just been refined perfectly. It's got the same amount of brands and all the amazing supporters and partners of MSR on there, but for some reason it looks a lot cleaner. Looks like there's a bit more space, and yeah, it looks like another race winner to me. It's yeah, I'm super excited to get into the championship, to be honest, and yeah, you can feel the levels stepped up here at MSR and the professionalism, and it's cool to pop my head in and see what they're up to, and you know, the level of work that's gone into the whole thing to make that car what it is, and the design and the process, and obviously the Superclass car and Crick's wildcard. It's been a tremendous effort and a really, really impressive to watch.
It's been, we stood here last year and we talked about the possibility of race wins and do that. We've come out and done it. There's AGP in Tasmania, and you know, I mean, we're going to talk about a seriously competitive touring car championship in regards to on world standards. To get those couple of race wins and have the result of 8th in the championship, would you deem that as a successful year for you personally?
100%. After the, you know, I was fortunate enough I got to, you know, we were testing last year at Ipswich before this launch, and I think after the first 5 laps, I was in my head, I'm like, oh, we're going to win. Like, I honestly thought we were going to probably be higher up in the championship. You know, we had a little bit of a bad run there the back half, so yeah, it was good that, you know, obviously Matt and the whole team here at Matt Stone Racing put a very good car on track, and I could see that, and I love the work ethic here. When myself and Gareth came up to meet with them for the first time, and yeah, I was very, very confident that Matt and the team and Bellotti and everyone were going to get the best out of me as a driver, and yeah, I think very quickly they understood what made me click, and being nice and relaxed and doing stuff with my karting team and hanging out with Nelson and Bailey and stuff like that. Sometimes it might look like I'm not that serious, but it's actually probably what gets the best out of me, and driving for someone like Matt and Ross and the Stone families, yeah, pretty inspiring to get big results.
Just again, harping back on what we spoke about last year, we put a big emphasis on the family thing. You've just brought it up a couple of times without me sort of doing it, and then we talk about your karting operation out here. So for you to be able to make that investment, bring your karting deal here, Ryan, to another season with these guys, you're obviously feeling very comfortable and at home.
Yeah, 100%. I think I love the way the team works and the way we all go about it, but yeah, we hadn't done that many rounds, and myself, Matt and Gareth nipped around the corner to grab lunch at the pub and extended my contract a couple of years, and off we went, and it was that easy, and that's what I love about it. And yeah, like I said, we just moved up from Melbourne to, you know, to be here in Queensland with the race team, and it's just feels more at home every day. So I think, you know, we're in for a really good year. Obviously we've got some new staff on board as well with really good experience, and they keep, you know, I sat in the car before and I'm like, oh, we've updated the steering wheel sticker and it's much neater and nicer. And it's just little 1% things like that all through the race team that is happening over the off season, which is hopefully going to put us all in really good steed for, you know, City Motorsport Park and myself and Cam for the whole season.
So you're one of the 200 million Victorians that have moved up here in the last 6 months. It's not hard to work out why when you have a day like today and you can be as comfortable as you are.
Yeah, 100%. It is a very, very good lifestyle. I don't mind going for training and then a swim. And Nelson, the hound, he's happy up here at the beach every day. So it's a pretty simple decision. It was a bit of effort to move everything here. Now I've got the karting business, but it wasn't like we just got to pack a suitcase and come. So I think probably reflects on my commitment to Matt Stone Racing and the whole team to, at my age and point in my career to uproot and from Melbourne after 20 odd years and launch up here is, I think it's exciting, and I feel like I'm 18, 19 again, ready to go, clearly by my attempted drift at entry.
I think you'll find the land tax a little bit better up here too, mate. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Nick Percat. Wish him all the best for 2025. Okay, the next bloke, a little bit special for me to be introducing this guy. We've been friends for many, many years, and from the time he's joined this category, and he'll be driving alongside, it was announced last week, we thought we'd come over and chat to him, he'll be driving alongside Nick for the Enduros. Ladies and gentlemen, put together your hands for Tim Slade. Slade dog. Dog, how are you, mate?
Very well, thank you. I was wondering if I had to do anything today.
Well, I just thought I'd pull it on you at the last minute. I know how you like surprises. Mate, end of an era full-time last year. Obviously, guys who have got talent, at some point the career comes to an end. Some handle it very well, some handle it not so well. The good ones always end up in a variable co-driver role. That's exactly what's happened to you. You must be happy with the way that those things have fallen for you.
Yeah, I am. The last, I'd say, 2.5 years were a bit of a struggle. Didn't really have a whole lot of fun. So I guess it made for an easy decision for me, to do what I did, and it's. To be honest, I just wanted like a good break away from racing. End of last year, and managed to do that, which was nice. Back to Adelaide with the family, and didn't really think about car racing at all. And obviously did the deal with Matt and Nick. Sort of in the last few rounds last year, and obviously only announced it. Last week. Was it last week? This week? Can't remember. Super excited to join the team. Lots of familiar faces. Did a stint with SBR back, what was that, 2010 to 2013 when it changed to Erebus. So it's nice to see still some faces within the Stone Brothers group, still here at MSR, and Nick and I have known each other for a long time. We both grew up in Adelaide racing go-karts together, and then we were teammates at Walkinshaw, teammates again at BJR, so we know each other pretty well. And they obviously had a strong year last year with a couple of wins, and as the guys have touched on before, sounds like and seems like it's going from strength to strength here at MSR. So looking forward to actually watching the racing this year, and obviously do some racing later on.
Now, you say, you'll be the first time in Adelaide. Seriously, you two guys together, you're like the pride of Adelaide town, if you like. Has there been a bit of feedback back home in the home city about you guys racing together and what's expected from you guys?
Yeah, free Farmers Union iced coffees for all. I honestly don't know. No, I haven't really heard anything. I saw there was a little article in the paper there, but no, that's about it.
The MSR deal you talked about, and you sort of heard us chatting last year. We talked about the big family link here. We made emphasis on that, and Nick spoke about it. And you've been at SBR, comments of SBR before. Was that one of the attractions here?
Yeah, definitely. It's probably the point where I enjoyed my racing the most back, in the SBR days. It was only my second year in supercars, when I joined SBR, and we just had really good progression year after year, and then the whole Erebus thing happened, and it kind of went back to zero. It was a bit of a reset, which was untimely for me in my career. But yeah, there was a hard decision for me to make. You know, with what I was going to do for enduros, and ultimately that's, I guess, what put it over the line was, you know, that you know, I guess the original ties with the Stones and James Rosenberg, who's involved in the team, which has been a huge supporter of mine over the years, and I definitely wouldn't be in this position without him. And then obviously, yeah, the connection with Nick.
James is really one of the great unsung heroes in the paddock. He keeps such a low profile. He's made an amazing commitment to this sport, to you and lots of other young blokes over the years, and a terrific bloke. So what's your role through the year? How many races will you go to? Obviously, you know, you're at the enduros, but test days, and have you got any other seat time planned through the year?
I don't know, Matt. What am I doing? No, so I'll go down to Sydney next week with the guys and just do a few laps on the Wednesday test day. Don't want to take too much away from from Nick's program. They only get the one test day before, you know, getting into I think there's only one practice session and then straight into qualifying. So with me, you know, not racing until September, you know, laps on Wednesday isn't going to be super crucial, especially, you know, I guess being so fresh out of full time. But it's more so probably just about, you know, getting comfortable in the car. Poured a little seat insert with the guys last week, so just ergonomically making sure all that's good. There's obviously a bit of a size difference between us. Do the sponsor ride day on the Monday, so really at this stage it will just be the ride days throughout the year and the 2 test days. So concentrate on doing a few more laps on the second and last test day in the lead up to Tailem Bend.
Mate, I think it'd be fair to say that not just myself, but there's a lot of people in this room are very happy you're still involved in sport and have a chance to be in a competitive deal and show again what you're capable of. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Tim Slade. Okay, so I just get everyone to just stay where they are for the minute. Can I get Slade, look, can you just move to the side for a second? Nick, can you go to the front right of your car? Cam, same. And we're just going to do a couple of quick shots. There's a chance for you guys to get your own photos out of the background. We'll do that for a couple of minutes, and then we'll come back and set up again. Nick, can I get you to move to the outside? You stand next to Nick, please. Reece, you got what you need? Richard, you got what you need? Okay, everyone else got what they need? Yeah. All right, so we're just going to open it up. We'll be able to get your own shots next to your Pacific car if you're a sponsor of the team, your drivers will be here. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for MSR and their team for this 2025. And enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Thank you, folks.